G'day folks, so the Hero 8 Black was released 2 weeks ago, and since then I've had so many people asking me what gimbals are compatible with it. Maybe you're thinking about upgrading to the Hero 8 Black and you want to make sure that the gimbal you have will work, or maybe you're in the market for a gimbal for your Hero 8 Black and you want to know which one to buy. The unfortunate thing is not many gimbals are compatible with the Hero 8 Black due to its new form factor. So let's just jump right in and we'll see what gimbals work and which ones don't. So before we get going with this video, let's address one issue right off the bat, and that is, do we still even need a gimbal with the GoPro Hero 8 Black? The Hero 7 Black introduced Hypersmooth, and the Hero 8 Black introduced Hypersmooth 2.0. Hypersmooth 2.0 is phenomenal. In fact, for the most part, you don't really need a gimbal anymore. I think the Hero 8 Black is the first true gimbal killer. Now with that said, there are times where you still do need a gimbal. For example, if you're going to be filming in low light conditions, maybe dark interiors. The other thing too, if you're going to be filming some nice slow cinematic shots with ND filters don't always play well with electronic image stabilization. With electronic image stabilization, you need a lot of light for it to work well. When you put an ND filter on your GoPro, you're basically mimicking a dark environment, so the image stabilization will suffer. In those situations, if you want to get nice smooth footage, a gimbal is mandatory. However, the unfortunate thing is, because GoPro changed their form factor, many of today's gimbals that have been around for quite some time, just no longer work. There's a new gimbal from a very popular gimbal company coming that's designed for action cameras, and unfortunately it's not even compatible with the Hero 8 Black. Now, I don't own every gimbal on the market, so I can't really attest for every gimbal, but I do have a variety here in front of me. I have the WG2X, the Feiyutech WG2, I have the Feiyutech G5, the Feiyutech G6, I have the GoPro Karma Grip. Even GoPro's own branded Karma Grip is not compatible. And lastly over here, I have the Zhihun Crane 2. This is the only one that will work, and I'll kind of go over that here in a minute. Basically, the problem is most of these gimbals have a frame to hold the GoPro in. Here's the Feiyutech G6, and because the GoPro changed its form factor, it no longer needs a frame. However, it is a little bit bigger, so it no longer fits nicely inside the holder. Even this bracket that goes over top of the GoPro to hold it in is just too small and won't fit over top of it. Now, these gimbals are fully capable of holding the weight of the Hero 8 Black, and you could get a little creative. What you could do is just remove this bracket altogether, place your GoPro inside, and maybe wrap a couple of elastic bands around it tightly to hold it in place. And that goes for all of these gimbals. They all kind of have the same mounting system. Karma Grip has a frame that the GoPro mounts in, and because of the new size difference, it wouldn't even fit in the frame. Plus, the ports have been moved around on the GoPro, and there's no more HDMI. So unfortunately, the Karma Grip is completely out of the question. So I'm going to move these gimbals out of the way, and what we're going to do is take a look at the Crane M2. The Crane M2 is a multi-purpose gimbal. The deck on it can house a variety of different cameras. If you go and watch my review, which I will link down in the description, you can see I actually had a Canon M80 balanced on it, which is a very large camera. I had a GoPro balanced on it. You can even put your smartphone on it. So for the most part, if you're going to be shopping for a gimbal for your Hero 8 Black, you want to get this style of gimbal, the ones that are multi-purpose. I like the Crane M2 because for a multi-purpose gimbal, it's actually very compact. Even if you compare it to something like the Karma Grip here, you can see just how much smaller it is. But it's got very strong motors and can even handle larger cameras. Now this is the Feiyutech G6, and they have a version called the Feiyutech G6 Plus. Now it's the same as the Crane M2. You can mount multiple different cameras on it, cell phones, small mirrorless cameras, things like that, and it works well with the GoPro too. The only thing I found with the G6 Plus when I did own it, it can be a little tricky to balance a GoPro on it. The other thing to keep in mind with these types of multi-purpose gimbals is that you have to balance the camera on there yourself. These ones that are designed for GoPros, they're already pretty well pre-balanced for a GoPro. For them, it's just a matter of mounting your GoPro and off you go. With these ones, you have to spend some time balancing it, and it can be a little tricky. So unfortunately, that is the state of gimbals for the Hero 8 Black. We might see some manufacturers releasing a specific gimbal for the Hero 8 Black. But in the meantime, like I said, if you are in need of a gimbal because you're going to be filming in dark locations or at night, my personal recommendation is the Crane M2. Well, folks, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos, and we'll see you in the next one.